Welcome to FMS's Robot in 3 Days. Here's our team for this year. We had a mixture of returning and new members. Day 1, we didn't build anything. But we did make a plan, so welcome to our design process. We want all the space in the world for our ideas, so we take our workspace and cover it in this cheap paper so that anyone can pick up a pen and write down their thoughts. The first thing we write down are the elements of the game. This is our first real look at the game manual, we get some dimensions, and we make sure we all understand the playing field. My favorite part is giving everything fun nicknames and trying my freehand drawing skills. Next up, we get all our ideas out. They could be full ideas of a robot, they could be mechanism ideas, they can be scoring methods, everything gets written down. It's critical at this point for every team member to be heard. You never know when the idea you think is going to be the least successful ends up being on your robot. That being said, I want you to briefly pay attention to idea number 4, named Polecat. Then we needed a little bit of a thinking break. So we took a pause and dismantled our last year's robot, who served us well. We came back and it was time to narrow down our designs. We discussed point values, game strategies, and what other RI3D teams might accomplish. For us, we wanted to use pneumatics and stick to 1 to 2 mechanisms. After a lot of discussion, the cone nodes were crossed off due to our time constraints. We decided on a primary mechanism of a pneumatic cube launcher that would catch a cube from the single substation and launch into medium and high nodes. But we didn't want to leave the cones untouched, and Polecat was the answer. It was a simple design to pick up tipped-over cones and utilize the hybrid nodes. With that, we called it a night. We had gotten up earlier that day to run our kickoff event and felt that we liked our plan and we were going to hit the ground running in the morning. Day 2 begins and we're ready to go. The coding team got to doing what they do best. The build team started the prototyping phase using the designs we decided on last night. Each of us brings knowledge from our high school experiences, and what we've learned so far in college. Robotics truly is about teaching each other and learning about what interests you. Once we got some parts, we loosely assembled our electrical board and started assembling our pneumatics. Meanwhile, the other half of build completed the mock cube launcher. We used objects in our space to mock the node heights. The first cube didn't go as far as we'd hoped, but design is iterative. We immediately thought, what can we change and how can we improve? For build, we took our changes and made the final launching mechanism. Meanwhile, electrical was troubleshooting some troublesome wires. Whenever we get stumped, first we like to bounce ideas off each other, and when in doubt, use our resources, like the internet. At the end of the day, the electrical board moved to the drivetrain, and we had our upper structure all planned out for the next day. All FMS members went to class Monday morning. Afterwards, day 3 began, the last day, and we built everything. We whipped up a support frame and started mounting our pneumatic system. Then the ball launcher got mounted on top and we worked on some wire management. After finding the perfect piston position for the cube launcher and some exhaustive motor troubleshooting for Polecat, it was almost 1:30 a.m. With that, our robot was built. We cannot wait to get it out on the field for testing and our eventual collegiate competition. Here are some of our major takeaways from RI3D this year. Thank you to all of the high school teams that supply us with tools and materials, and thank you to the College of Engineering for sponsoring us this year. Reach out to us if you have any questions at all, and we hope you have a great season this year.